Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for map number 2 here, the first semi-final at DreamHack Masters in Marseille. It's Navi and Gambit picking off, and it's just going to be great, isn't it? Train, I think, is going to be one hell of a map. Nuke was obviously a little bit of a raw
stomping.
Spanking. Yeah,
raw spanking.
It's getting really good, wasn't it?
Yeah, you are feeling frisky now, aren't
you? Yeah, it's early in the morning, but still, you know, that was that woke me right up.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
It usually does. Yeah, Nuke was really rough, and hopefully we're going to come into this one. We'll see Gambit get out to a better start. I mentioned I think it looked like they weren't kind of entirely sure of how to attack different spots of the map on Nuke. So here on Train, this is their map pick, and they should be feeling a little bit more comfortable with what they're going to be facing up against and how to counter things, and obviously much more experience on this map.
Yeah, and some of the players that they couldn't put half of their players into use on Nuke. Like, I mean,
no,
that was maybe one of the really rough parts.
That electronic simple combo for Navi in the first map, I think they both ended on like 26 kills or something wild 26
like that. And 27, yeah.
Yeah, it's just so insane, and it's so hard to overcome one of those players going off, much less both of them. That being said, there are some players that were on Gambit that we just didn't see get clicked in. You didn't have Hobbit having a great game, and you know, C's didn't get a whole lot of time on that CT side. Dren didn't hit the level, and I think Mo, especially on Train, we're going to see a much increased performance out of him, able to challenge the op. So we'll have to see. Gambit now, though, backs against the wall. They're fighting for that final, for the first spot in the grand finals. But you know, losing here, and they're going to be knocked out. So we'd love to see that third map. We'd love to see Overpass, and we'll get started here just after the knife round.
See how it all goes. Right now, knife round is still waiting, and I think Gambit wouldn't mind probably starting on the CT side. That'd be
a good change of pace, wouldn't it, from the first map? They would love to have that easier side, yeah, we'll find out. Edward's going to win that knife round, so Navi's going to get the choice. So I think that CT side is going to be taken away from them, unfortunately. Regardless, though, get ready, Marseille. Or get ready, online viewers, since we're not going out to the crowd, because it is that second map of the semifinals that's coming up now. Navi, Gambit go head-to-head on Train, the second map here, as Gambit try and avoid elimination.
Yeah, this is everything on the line right now for Gambit. Big return to form for them in this tournament. Looked much better than many people expect, but Navi, unfortunately for Gambit, have also looked much better, and just with Simple and Electronic, as you said, playing as well as they have, very hard to do anything. C's giving a bit of a speech here, you can tell.
Yeah, maybe something he's learned from in the past, being on Navi, in fact. But I think that this is kind of an interesting matchup just because both of these teams have been such a surprise coming into this event. Both of them, I think, have overachieved what people expected from them starting on day one, and it's looked so much fun, so exciting, especially if you're Navi and you finally have that dream. You finally have Simple and Electronic really clicking at the same time. You have Flamey being able to contribute. And if you're Gambit, you're hoping that that resurgence that we've seen out of Adren, out of Hobbit, that CT side lockdown defense out of Seas is going to come to fruition here in the second map on Train. All armor for Navi, and it's seized with the smoke flash for Gambit. 3 players heading inside. They're going to run in towards Edward. They want to take quick box controls. This could be dangerous, and Edward goes back and measures it. The jumping frag. Mo stuck in the air.
Yeah, he did a quick little bit of trigonometry there, just figured out, okay, what's the angle, what's the arc, where am I going to shoot? That was absolutely clean, wasn't it? Beautiful stuff. And Mo is going to be out of the round. A bit unfortunate, but they're going to push down, and there's that P250 upgrade we keep talking about, trying to see if they can get something done long range to counter the power of the USP. It's become so popular now, but the hit from Ivy is going to be coming in, and they're flanking around. Electronic realizing that something is up, but he's going to get shot in the side of the head as well. Simple going to be back with at least 1 kill, taking down Hobbit. Electronic very low on health right now. Doja putting on an enormous amount of pressure. Adren going to be taking down Electronic. Doja next in line as Simple goes down. Edward now all alone. He's got 2 big kills in this round, but the bomb is making its way in her, and I think Gambit turned this round in their favor.
That was a great fake, and Navi even read it, but they still couldn't get out, couldn't push away from the bomb trim. They were stuck there fighting at 3 different angles. Edward hustling into the bomb site, getting tagged from behind. He's down so low, I don't think there's a chance left for him. 10 HP, and he'd have to hit some stunning headshots, and he's not going to expect this push. Although C's misses the chance. Still a desperate scenario. Edward going back, and Doja there with the cleanup, and yeah, Gambit recovering in a 4-on-5, much better out of them to start this map.
Yes, that kind of a beginning, I think, it's gonna go a long way to help them to forget map number 1, just get back in the groove. Now, it's not done yet. They've won the pistol, and that's good news. But they still have to get past the Deagle, double Deagle, CSAT 75, and a Scout. So,
and keep in mind, Simple was dropped the Scout as well. He's still got 1,800 in the bank, so he's playing for that AWP in the 4th round. And look at the aggression. Electronic making some footsteps. Are they going to be aware? Holding the angle. Adren gets dinked, traded off. Zeus gets 2. He's going to reload. He somehow gets away. Who is that? Doja, not choosing not to chase down the frag. Does eventually get it because Zeus comes back for him. But almost let one slip away without a trade.
No flick headshot this time. But now they at least know that the Scout is out there. And Simple has actually rotated all the way into Ivy. He's got a pretty good angle into the site, and he's going to take down Doja. That's very smart movement coming out. They should be a bit worried. That was very close to being a headshot. Looking for more. And backup is being called for. Flamey coming in from the other side. Going to try and see if he can flank his way through, but Mo is going to take him down. And now Simple, look at his movement. With the Scout scoped up on top of the train, he's just not afraid to try and make this kind of play. Sees, though, is going to be having some movement of his own. Putting the bomb down in the B bomb side. Very good, and Mo is just listening. He knows that Simple's still out here, and oh my god! Taken down.
I think he's going to go for it, but he might as well just save this AK-47. You've done everything you can. You have no idea this would be so difficult to retake. If he somehow finds this kill, it'd be so incredible. I don't think he's going to consider it. It does look in that direction, but it's all over. Now it's just about backing away. Checking for Seized one more time, but he spots him out. He wants this kill. Seized is going to be coming back at any moment now, and Simple putting himself in position, just misses the timing, and he's barely able to survive. Goes for it anyways, but Seized outlasts him there.
See, you want to say, you know, someone should have told Simple not to do that, but you can't put restrictions on him, can you? Like,
no.
If he's feeling it, you just have to accept it.
Yep.
Well, it was a good headshot nonetheless, and it did put a lot of damage onto Gambit, who, on the other hand, are going to be able to recover a little bit in this round. As you can tell, a couple of Mac 10s, Adren with just a pistol. Fair play then.
Yeah, we've seen this a couple times. I think G2 did it the first time at DreamHack Malmo last year. Using the pistols, not the Mac 10, but just, I mean, just lessens the investment, right? So we'll see. Mac 10 with 1 kill on Mo as he pushed up. Going to get a follow-up onto Electronic, but Simple with the Deagle, still able to find some kills. This guy's just a danger in every single round. And Navi, even though they're going to lose this, seeing what they can find outside.
Bit of an investment, but Simple should have enough next round anyway. And if he could find one more kill, that would certainly help him out quite a bit. Mo is a little bit scared, hiding in the corner. I don't think he's going to make it out of this one. Trying to fake the jump there was Simple, to make the sound like he'd just jump over to the train. But ultimately, Zeus will be the one to get the kill on Mo. Gambit going to win the round, and it will be 3-0 in their favor. So I don't think they're going to be too sad. They might, however, become a little bit sad when they run into that AWP from Simple. They need to figure out a way to solve that problem.
Yeah, we'll see.
Quick.
Yeah, Mo's got his, though. Which at least you can fight with at that long range. So we'll have to see. First gun round coming in right now. Simple's going to take his up over towards Ivy. At the moment, all 5 members of Gambit heading towards inner. Zeus is going to have some pressure put on him. Mo grabs the angle. He's looking for that shoulder peek, but it's not going to come in. Zeus is going to fall away. All 5 players are going to be here for Gambit. They're just going to straight up hit this bomb site, and the question becomes, can people get over in time? Flamey's not here. Zeus is playing far back. Flamey on top of the train. There's the op down. That's a good find. That's going to help them rotate into the site. Zeus now just needs to stop them from pushing forward. He's doing just that. Good frag from him.
Yeah, that's very important here. Navi now with a man advantage. The bomb does go down, and got a grenade. Another one landing on Hobbit. He's not going to be happy about this at all. Flashbang goes very high, and Hobbit's not going to be able to make it through the smoke. Electronic will take him down instead. Doja to drop. Simple finding that one kill, and that was all they needed. Very good stuff.
I love the theory crafting of that nade strategy from Navi. That has just become the thing to do as the T side, is when you push down those lanes, have one player get behind that smoke. You can peer over the top of it as they rotate around. You can play with the edges, and you can try and push through. Navi just drops 3 nades right on the other side of the smoke and deals so much damage to Hobbit. I think he was down to like 4 HP. They might have even got the kill with just the nades, but it makes it so much easier when they just spray through. A random bullet takes him out. We'll have to see if Navi continue that trend and how it affects how the Gambit players decide to attack that.
I'm kind of surprised they did as well as they did in that round, Navi, because that push down the B ramp was really fast. As in, there was almost no input, or no signal to show that they were coming. It was just immediate. And yet, I think Edward on top of the train there, he got like a kill early on. So,
what the hell? That's what I'm thinking. Hobbit's got to be thinking the same thing. He's just like, why is there smoke here? That was thrown from the other side. At least going to make them consider it. Might be setting something up for later. Let's see. Double op setup for Navi at the moment. Simple on that lower ramp. Here's the footsteps, waiting to make his peek happen, and now he's got the angle. Lets them kind of toy with it before he takes it, and Zeus still just distracting.
Just a bit of pressure here. Simple going for the leg shot. That's going to be annoying. Zeus has fallen back, so he doesn't want to follow up, but that's Hobbit a little bit low and seized practically out of the round. Not the best way here. Gambit to get into the round, and they have used their entire bank to buy into this round, Gambit. So if they don't win this one, there's a good chance Navi will just jump up to 3 rounds, and suddenly they're in a good position. Flamey picking up that kill on Mo. He's just completely dead.
Yeah, Gambit's been forced away from everything. I don't know how they're going to get out of this one. Simple is here, Flamey's here. They have 4 players outside. Electronic works up. He's completely blind. Nice pop flash still. Player and ladder they're going to have to deal with. They're tagging up Flamey. He's in an awkward position. Misses that shot. So many angles he's got to worry about, but he's doing it so well. The op's ringing out now for Navi, and they're going to get their second gun round on the board.
Man, I wasn't expecting that out of Flamey at all. That was very quick. Did you notice how when he was getting shot from Ivy, instead of panicking, he just backs up? Like, he knows that if he takes a couple of steps back, he's out of the line of fire. That's actually quite smart. I think a lot of players would have like pulled out their knife and tried to run away, you know, like just out of panic mode. I
think a lot of people were, I know I was, were surprised when we saw Flamey picking up the secondary op for this Navi team, but he's shown himself to be very, very competent with it, very dangerous with it. Oh.
Again.
All right, then.
One more time. It's the same wall bank that he did earlier. Simple. Shutting down Udren. Who was the victim last time?
I can't remember either. I was yesterday, Anders. You know, it's not easy to...
It's been a while. Yeah.
Almost 24 hours. It was on, like, map point or something, though.
Yeah. Well, Flamey's rotated on in. Bomb plant attempt here, but they have to go and pick it up first, and that's a little bit of an issue, especially with the grenades raining in left and right. Mo... Oh, wow. He actually got the bomb plant.
Not bad. I mean, it's not going to be... I don't think Navi's going to be too upset about it. It will help them get a much, but actually will help them get an op on the board if they want it from Mo, so maybe that's the big difference of getting that plant. Nice find. Simple went for it twice and takes his head clean off.
You just have to cure it with laughter, Moses. Otherwise, the sadness will set in.
We were talking about this before the games even began. Is that Navi is pretty cool to watch, even in like blowouts, just because Simple is just so much fun as a player. Probably the most fun player to watch.
Yeah, you buy a ticket to go see Simple play, you're always going to get a return on that. Like, it's always going to be entertaining. Good grenade to force him back, not really showing much. And he doesn't get the flick in. Hobbit with a nice headshot to shut down Simple. That's very important. That has to feel just great. Every round where you can do that, you know you're on your way.
I think that was a heat check for Simple. He's just saying, let's see if I can hit this shot. Let's see if I can do anything I want. And he gets put down. So that's a good start for Gambit.
Just testing the universe for a quick second.
Yeah.
Maybe I have reached peak synchronicity and I just...
The desk called him a god, so...
Yeah? Well, certainly not fully human, is he?
Definitely not. Gambit with that pick, though. Look at the positioning from Navi on your mini-map there. It's going to be hard. They're actually going to start rotating Flamey back just now, but that's going to thin out the defense, and that's why they got aggressive in towards these choke points, is so that they could get that advanced information. They could cheat Flamey back, because Zeus all alone, silence across the map, passing the 35-second mark. Doja, this is a big lurk. If he can find just one kill, that would probably force Flamey back. And actually, Gambit is rotating back to begin with.
Yeah, they're waiting. They want Doja to do this while Hobbit is still making a bit of noise. Oh, this is so good. He's done this really well. Doja with a spray. Needs a second kill. He almost got it. And the Flames will follow it up. He's going to be going down. Edward next in line. That's very smart. Patient play for Doja. Calling in the team. Getting it all set up. Almost got the double as well. Now it's just Zeus. And how do you even retake this without a smoke grenade? How do you force them into a fight? So Dren will clear out the round.
That's such a cool call from Gambit, especially when you consider Doja with that lurk pushing forward. Gambit decides to come back outside, but they throw utility towards the inner bomb site. That starts to cause Navi to rotate away. Everyone but Edward who in Electronic, who were very pushed up, but it forces them to be funneled into the bomb site. So Doja, when he turns that corner, he's only got that one area where his opponents are, and Electronic wasn't even paying attention. That's really, really well done from Gambit. A good mid-round call.
It's really great to see them actually have plans, do stuff on the T side here. I thought that was going to be the big struggle. I was worried that we were going to see sort of a flat T side with like less initiative, not much variety, but definitely stepping it up. It's a good job on them winning the 4th round. If they win this round, then that's going to put a big hole in the Navi economy, and I don't know if Navi is going to try and force it up anyway, but it'd be a big risk if they did.
I think they would, because Simple would be able to have an AWP if they do lose this anyway, so I think they'd be comfortable buying around that.
Reason enough, is it?
Yeah, it really is. Well, this would go a long way, as you said, for Gambit. Edward, they're still at smoke above ladder. It's Electronic doing it. Just past 1 minute. A very aggressive stance for Navi outside. All 4 players in front of the bomb train away from Ivy, and that could be a problem.
Yeah, look at what Doja and Seized are allowed to do because of that.
Are they setting up a split towards that B bomb site through CT spawn? Ooh, this is going to be... It's so tough to make this work.
It's my favorite strategies, and they're going to get the kill on Flamey as well. Yeah, Zeus, he's not even calling it the backup yet. Simple going to get 1 kill on Seized there. Now he's going to rotate in towards the C connector, trying to see if he can help out Zeus, who's in the bomb side still. Simple going to be going down, and Dren with that 1 kill. Great hold from Zeus yet again. Stopping the bomb at 20 seconds. That's a really big problem there. Zeus is going to be actually running towards the site. He's just everywhere right now. No bomb plant happening yet. He's getting shot at the back, and he will go down. Doja finding the kill. And Electronic now 1 versus 3. Bomb gone down as well. Might be able to do this. We saw one nuke and long range. Almost gets it. But Mo is back in behind safety with the AWP. I think that was the chance for Electronic right there. He needed that kill.
Yeah, he really did. No nades as well to flush anyone else out. No idea where Hobbit is. He's going to be using top of this train, but Mo picks him out of the sky before it can really begin. Nicely done from Gambit. Not easy to pull off that kind of a split. So many different ways. You can lose too many players. You can get stopped cold. That's going to force a tactical pause out of Navi, because I think, as you said, they want to talk over exactly how to play this next round.
I love this strat so much. I know you say every time, Moses, that it's difficult, but I just think it's great.
Listen, this was a 6 strategy in like the 1.6, as you know. I mean, everyone loved to run these kinds of... And in CSGO, it hasn't really converted. We've seen a lot of teams try and make it work pretty frequently. And I don't think anyone has been able to do it with, convincingly, on a consistent basis at least.
I mean, you saw how close it was to failing when Simple got that 1 kill. If he gets the next one too, then
yeah, then it's over.
All the people on the B ramp are just thinking, oh, we've just been waiting here for a long time. Auto shotgun back in play.
It's on Electronic this time, not Zeus. Everyone's infected, Anders.
Yeah, it's become sort of a pandemic, hasn't it? Mo. Ooh, that's a good, really big off angle there for Simple. You can see Mo was not ready for it. Just holding slightly odd position. Losing Mo really early on. Obviously no fun at all. You did point out that even if Navi lost the round, they probably were going to force up. And indeed they have. It does. You can tell that it's put a strain on their grenades and no defuse kit either. So maybe Gambit could exploit that somehow. Well, that's a... Wow, we can hear everybody.
Yeah, I mean, the Navi's been starting to do this as well, get aggressive in towards these choke points, especially this one in T-mid. Question is, it's one thing to have the knowledge, have the information, it's one thing to react to it, and they haven't actually cheated anyone over towards B because Zeus is spotting that lower ramp. Problem is, now that he sees this, he has no nades to slow them down. He's just going to push forward. He wins the initial fight, but Flamey, they're holding for him, and that's a great pick from Adren. And again, That smoke has to plume for them to get out, and it's actually that second one, the follow-up, I think Gambit threw that is what's going to allow them to actually move out. Hide them from the scope of Adren. But Gambit's been putting themselves in perfect position.
A poor Electronic retaking with an auto shotgun. Who wants to do that? Simple's going to get one on Adren, though. It's not bad at all. Hobbit down here on the low ground. The smoke is going to fade. Simple still picking it up. That's the triple. And just one more left here. Seized down at the edge of the smoke. Bomb ticking away in front of him. Can he actually clutch this round? He needs a couple of kills. They don't have a defuse kit. Another second would be all they need. And Simple's going to get the quad, but is there time? Edward, he's already on it.
There's time. Oh, this is going to be so close.
It's very close. No. He runs away. He wouldn't have it. That's heartbreaking for Navi, obviously. Quad kill on Simple there. But the force-up, the lack of the kit, that really hurt them.
Lack of the kit, lack of the nades on Zeus to be able to slow that hit down. But, I mean, this is why you force up behind Simple with an AWP. Look at these over the smoke as well. These are not easy shots to hit the reaction so quick. I think even Seized, he's just guessing. As Seized kills his teammate, he knows he's got to hit that shot or else there's just no chance of victory. As we saw, still wasn't any. Heartbreaking for Navi, so close, and finally Gambit drives their economy into the dust. Or have they, Anders?
They should have, I guess.
Saved AWP is going to force them into into CZ armor. Deagle on Flamey.
Yeah, so just investing a bit, just trying, right?
Fair play.
But this has started to look grim for Navi. Gambit are actually playing a very good T-side right now.
They've hit like the comfort T-side rounds, haven't they, at 6. So everything after this is just like, well, this is just gravy.
Do like a bit of gravy, Moses. Saved AWP, gets a kill on Hobbit, who was trying to sneak his way in. On the other side, Zeus is actually holding and can hear it, and Edward could go for a quick flank if he's going to hit the right timing. That might be everything. He's going to run the other way instead, but Zeus is up on the high ground still. Molotov will make sure he can't shoot them in the back as they're putting the bomb down. He's just waiting. Oh, they're coming around the corner with a grenade in hand. Oh, no! They threw the Molotov specifically for that reason, and then they still forget to check it. Zeus is going to get one kill on Dozier as well. Unbelievable. Now it's Adren. I mean, I don't think he can actually stop this defuse from happening. There are so many people that are going to be checking his position. The Molotov goes into the smoke, though, and he's going to get the kill on Zeus. Now they come off the bomb for a second. Adren might still be able to do this. He's just baiting them right now. He's out in the open, and he will go down. He wasn't sure if they were going to be on it. They've picked up a kit in the meantime, and this time they are going to have it.
That's frustrating. They throw the Molotov to prevent Zeus from actually stopping the plant, and they don't clear it out. They miss that second step. You can understand why. If Zeus is able to drop the bomb, it becomes just as dangerous a situation as we saw it, but with no one clearing it properly, that's a huge, huge mistake from Gambit, one that's going to cost him around there. Again, Navi force up around an AWP from Simple. Not a full investment, but just enough to be dangerous, and it pans out. Simple with a second opening kill in such a scenario, and they're back to a double-up setup. 4-6 in the favor of Gambit. Simple's going to have a lot of attention. They're rushing this. They're not going to slow down. Electronic trying to do his best, but he can't. Simple, though, with the USP. That's the bomb. That should pretty much seal it.
Maybe getting surprised for a minute.
That's not a high percentage shot that he just took.
No, it's really not, is it?
Yeah, it's not great.
It's the fling your mouse across the mouse pad and just really
headbutt the keyboard at the same time.
Exactly. 5-6 though. So Navi stabilizing a little bit towards the last third of the half. They need every round, I think. You know, they're thinking 2-0. That sounds good. Let's get to that grand finals. Gambit have a different opinion right now.
Yes, Gambit, I mean, they're thinking, well, 6 is nice, but let's make it easy in the second half to force that third map. They want overpass. They want it bad. I do too. I'd love to see a third map here. But first, Gambit has to get past this double-op setup. They've proven they can do it in the past. They've been able to take it away. They've been able to win some rounds against it. They did go in that 3-run streak. Now, Navi having control. 2 Galils on the board for Gambit. Using a lot of the smokes that they have just now. 2 Molotovs and Flashbangs. Simple can't hit the initial. It's a very narrow angle, and Dren's got to be careful how he works his way down this pathway. Simple can't stay here forever, though, because he's letting them move up, and a headshot on the Mo is going to help, and he's building upon it. Simple's not done yet, even blind, spraying down to 4 HP, but still surviving.
Yep, back down at Ivy, Doja, and Hobbit now. They've got to do something for their team here. Doja with the Galil picked up, but there's no bullets in it. Oh no. Finds a weapon finally, and it's empty.
It's got nothing.
That's not a good feeling. Yeah, good job from Simple. I mean, they wanted to. I think they even wanted to triple team him. I'm kind of surprised. Did nobody have a flashbang to try and put some pressure on him?
I didn't see at the exact moment. I know they did when the hit started, when the execute started. But I mean, it's not necessarily that easy to, especially with that narrow corridor. Like that's easy to kind of time it. If you get blind, if you're Simple, like it's still pretty, you know, skinny alleyway that someone's running through.
Well, all tied up. 6-6 is the scoreline. Tactical timeout about to return here. This Gambit did take one just to think things over, and maybe they've come up with something, some sort of weakness that they've discovered.
Hope so. I imagine. I mean, I know Chad put out this tweet before the game started. Zeus showing some weakness towards the inner bomb site at times, and Gambit likes to head there. Zeus is 14-7, so he's not just been that easy frag, but I think the more important thing is Simple at 17-5, and he's been the one he's been very mobile with some opening kills at the AWP, but we've seen him play outside and be the supportive player towards inner. Here's a chance for Gambit. Zeus gonna spray down 2 with the help of Simple, gonna go for more. Simple's got to back off though. His teammates are here, but he gives one up, and now they can get in. Now they have a chance. The smoke is down, and more damage coming out in a 3 versus 3. And this is too much from Navi. They kept up that pressure for far too long.
That was a vicious C-set 75 shot coming out from Seized, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You could tell that Simple was quite happy to just no-scope that if he needed to, but he ran right into the bullet. Electronic, though, putting a little bit of pressure on. If he walks to the smoke here, he could almost get a free kill. Seized is now waiting on the other side, so now it's dangerous, but just a second ago, he was looking the wrong way. Still, this might make Flamey and Edward feel a bit more confident in staying there. What a great Molotov. Oh my god.
Oh.
I feel like he deserved that.
Yeah, he really did. That's a really good play. Heads up play as well from Seized. At least he's forced him back. Now, the defense has been thinned out. And actually, look at Edward. He's actually the one who wants to find all the information at Dren. I think he's going to just get into cover before Edward's able to spot him in a slow attack, slow progression towards this inner bomb site for Seized with the AWP. Electronic just barely hidden. Here comes the rotation. That's the one that Seized can pick off, but I think he was looking elsewhere. Flamey gets a free one, and now it's up to Edward. He's going to be able to find the bomb. He's got this off angle, and there's really no chance for Gambit, especially this bomb, of being able to make it into the site. Low on time as well. Doja's giving up the game, and there it is. There's the round. Will be 7 for Navi. Adren could take some things away, though. He's going to try and chase down Flamey. Not going to work. Wouldn't have been bad if he could have gotten the op, even if he doesn't end up dying before the timer. And 7-6 as Navi take the lead. I think that's their first lead of the game.
Yes, it is. Just a 1-round lead, but they've won 4 in a row, and I think that's a good sign. Gambit have been struggling slightly with the economy in some of those rounds, so that's also obviously part of the story. Now they're back on the AWP themselves, and plenty of AK-47s. So maybe this could be an opportunity. Nobody really hitting a shot there. But, I mean, some of those B-bomb side hits have been quite successful, I feel like. Maybe just go back to that.
The tough part is, actually, I mean, Zeus has the utility, though. I mean, you can see he's got that Molotov. If he feels pressured, he can just drop it. There was a chance there for Dren to find that kill as Zeus was shoulder peeking. I think the reason why it hasn't been as successful is because Simple's been on the rotation. Simple's been everywhere on this map. 18-6.
Yeah, and he's just playing like a beacon in that A-bomb side, jumping with the AWP just to get some information, not afraid if anyone's going to come and try and peek him.
It's insanity, isn't it? Because we've seen him get aggressive to find the opening kills when he's the only one with a weapon, when it's an op and pistols. Look at this play from Doja, though. He wants to come right through this smoke. He might be able to find the time. He's got to make his play soon before this fades, though. And actually, as it fades, Electronic finds him. Hesitates for too long in a very awkward scenario. Dren's going to try and use the cover of this Molotov to make progression Flashes into the sky to hopefully blind Simple just enough to give him an opportunity. They would love to find this pick, but Simple, aware of what's coming. Electronic actually still doing work at range with the AK-47. 3 kills for him, gonna try and build upon it. But Zeus is the one in the bomb site, and Mo in a 1-on-2.
Yeah, with the AWP, especially because the bomb is not down, that's probably never gonna happen either. Trying to move in, and getting a shot in the back. Zeus will find that timing. I mean, with 20 seconds, no bomb plant, I don't know how he could have possibly done that. So, an 8th round for Navi as we move into round number 15.
Even when it's not Simple, it's someone else. Electronic, this is great. Stellar. I mean, that's an immediate headshot, stopping him from crossing into the bomb site. The follow-up as well as C stops to take the fight. And Navi, this is a phenomenal end of the half. I remember we mentioned having 6 for Gambit is a really nice T-side, but they've had it for some time, which is probably going to be upsetting. Electronic is blind, but Mo burns. He still gets one from the grave.
It's not bad at all. Simple now, ready in case they try to cross. He's also looking down. Oh my god! How could it be? Looking for another one, and somehow he missed the easiest shot of those two, but I just don't even know why.
You gotta shake your head as well if you're C's. It's just like, holy hell, what am I supposed to do? Edward's still alive and Odell, the ops ringing out, and that's gonna be the final round in the favor of Navi. Hobbit trying to push forward, but he's only got the Galil. He does get one, but he's brought down low, and the nade takes him out. 9-6 for Navi, a great comeback in this half. Let's check in with Stunna.
Hey, checking in with me might be the proper thing to do. I'm down here with Victoria, the #1 Navi fan, perhaps all over. You know what? This is real. That's real right there.
Yes, that's right.
That's fresh. Now, Victoria, talk to me a little bit about your experience here in Marseille so far.
Oh, it's pretty nice, but I've been watching only how Navi is practicing because I love Navi, and I even didn't walk around so much. I was always in the practice room watching how my guys are playing CSGO.
Well, it looks like Simple is on a tear. Can Navi close it out here?
Yes, they will. Of course.
Okay, what would you say to Navi at that point?
Navi, Davi! It's in Russian.
Fair enough. If you're a Navi fan in chat, go ahead and get your POG champs out. Perhaps they can close it out here. Either way, let's see if Anders and Jason can bring us to action.
Certainly do our best, won't we? This is a very interesting first half. Out of the 9 rounds that Navi won on that CT side, Gambit actually had the bomb down in 4 of them. That's a lot. Like, that's a lot of bomb plants, and I think Gambit could have converted more of those to wins probably. So it's a little bit interesting.
At least just one, but yeah, I mean, Gambit definitely got stumped down the stretch there. Again, Simple given the P250 allowed to try and make something happen, and he's going to. Him and Edward combined for 2 little one-taps, making it look so easy at a Adren. That's a brilliant sequence for him to save the round.
So quick. Hobbit now sneaking in, looking for a kill on Electronic. That might just seal the round. He's going to get in the second shot, looking for a little bit more, and Edward very low on health. The bomb is down, but how can he stop the defuse? He's got the P250 though, and he's just cruising around, looking, hoping for a headshot somewhere while the bomb is being defused. He's going to be going down. Adren with a triple kill, and those early shots, I mean, out of this world.
Those 2 shots were the ones that really kind of allowed them to get back into it. It looked like, I mean, Navi was making plenty of progress. The opening kills was great. That one on a Flamey, perfect. And this one, the reaction as well, that's not an easy shot to hit. That's only a headshot. It's a headshot or bust there. And even stopping the plant. Actually, didn't stop it, but got Zeus right after. So 9-7, Gambit with a pistol. That gives them both pistol rounds in this map, Anders.
If you're going to try and win the map, generally speaking, that is a good step in the right direction. Some UMPs, no auto shotgun. A bit disappointing.
Someone didn't get the memo.
Oh. God bless.
Yeah, that's not... Mo is feeling depressed at the moment. I don't even know how to explain Simple in this game. C's is just going to start falling back as well. The information is there. Molotov going to come out late. There's a chance for him to go down, but Zeus misses the opportunity and cleans him up. Simple brought the 29. That might temper his aggression, but you never know with him.
Couple of Deagles, couple of P250s. The lack of armor, an obvious problem, so Gambit just need to focus and not lose, especially any of these M4s.
Navi gonna buy in the next round, so yeah, keeping the rifles. Navi didn't actually spawn that. Now he's in an awkward fight. He's trying to win it, and he does, but only 6 HP. That was very close. And now Flamey's gonna step up to the plate. Deagle on him as well. Simple's got the bomb towards inner. 1 kill would be huge, and they've got it. Seas hasn't peeked out from ladder room, but they're all now centralized in this map. That's huge. Simple's gonna get the plant. There's a real chance here. If Flamey can make his way inside, but he overcommits. Hobbit's low, though, and...
Surely Moses.
Listen...
He's got the Deagle. He's going to be very close. They're both coming this way, and he's going to go down. Hobbit stopping at the perfect time. He could have gone down to a single bullet, but nice triple for Hobbit. That's gonna make your team feel a bit better. That was about to get out of control.
That was, I think everyone breathes a sigh of relief when you hit tab and you see Simple as the last player. Definitely going to be a plant, though. That round does not go according to plan at all for Gambit. Navi gets 3 kills and the plant. AKs are going to come out. So an early test here for Gambit, 9-8. I'm really interested to see Navi's T-side, because if you think back to Nuke, we really didn't get a chance to see the T-side out of them because they had such a big lead and they obviously played that high, like always force buying, putting a lot of pressure on the economy of Gambit. Weren't playing a normal T-side. They were just playing for that one break and they got it. So here they're going to have to play a standard and be able to grind some of these rounds out.
Let's find out what they were able to do. They have most of the stuff that you could want. They are lacking a couple of Molotovs, and that boost speed. Oh my god. Hobbit was in position, but somehow Simple must have had just a slightly better view, and he's going to get the kill on Hobbit. That's going to be really frustrating. He saw it coming, he was ready for it, he was positioned to get that kill, and it doesn't work out. Oh, falling back. Not hitting the scout shot just yet, and Adren will have gone down in the meantime. Edward going to pick up the kill on Mo, and this is falling apart. Navi making this round look just easy.
And it's another one of those splits towards the inner bomb site, which I talked about being so difficult. They have a 100% success rate in this match, 2 for 2.
Feels good, Moses.
Yeah, I love it when that happens.
You know, obviously the layout of 1.6 was different, but we had a strat where we would run out of what was T-main, which was in a slightly different position than 1.6, obviously. Mm-hmm. We'd run to Pop Dog on the T side.
Yeah.
We'd throw some smoke so that we didn't get shut down. But we'd run to Pop Dog, then we'd climb up the ladder, go back to T-spawn, and then run down towards Ivy. I'd be surprised how many people were way out of position because they just saw a bunch of people in yard, and they were like, oh, what's happening?
That is the dumbest thing
I'm
I've
not
ever
saying it would
heard.
work on this level, Moses. Listen, give us a break. We were only like 13. We obviously had no idea what we were doing.
Not so much critical thinking at that stage.
Definitely not.
No. Well, 10-8, Navi with the big advantage. 2-round lead in the score, but it's the money in which they're winning. It's only pistols, no armor for Gambit. They're setting up everything they can. 3 players are in that double save territory of $1,400 or $1,500. This is not looking great for Gambit.
It's the fact that the first time Navi have rifles, they don't just win the round, they just cruise on through. That makes you worried and scared at the same time. A lot of grenades, just, you know, all of the fireworks into the B-bomb side. There's absolutely no one there. There's not even an audience to watch it, Moses. Only us.
Yeah, we can admire the smokes. We'll make sure this round is never forgotten.
Just put it in the history books. I like the fact that they, you know, you obviously have to. Because if you don't do it and you run into a vehicle, then...
You know what's interesting, or just maybe funny, is think about like a month ago. Remember the rumors of Simple of Flamey leaving this team, going to SK. Like look at the reversal of fortunes for this squad. And all of a sudden, they're playing for a spot, and they're on the verge of making it to the grand finals of a huge tournament of DreamHack Masters.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to be quite pleased that they didn't make that departure. Bit of a shame there.
That's actually, that's a, not disaster, I'm not going to say, but that's huge for Gambit. Salvaging 2 AK-47s, because now you can buy. If you're Gambit, you can drop those over to the players who are sitting around 1,400 or 1,500. You can have them buy up the armor and the nades behind it. You can get one more M4, and then you can get some UMPs or FAMAs and the others if you choose to go that way. So that losing those 2 AKs right at the end forces Navi to play, you know, one more gun round essentially.
Yeah, sort of a half buy up here. They still have money in the bank, Gambit, so they didn't invest everything into it, but...
Yeah, they're missing the utility, so... This is sketchy for C's, though. He's going to push right into an A, except the shadow betrays him. Simple is traded off to find the equalizer.
Yeah, with their own AK-47 as well on Mo. Always want to be careful giving the enemy free weaponry like that. It could really backfire. Electronic once again lurking down at Ivy. He's had such an easy time getting into this position. Like, no one spots him. He's just waiting and buying time, and a little bit of damage there. Could have been the kill as well. I feel like Gambit are not doing a good enough job at shutting him down doing this.
No, Navi's getting a lot of map control wherever wherever they head to. It's a bit of a problem now for Gambit, although to be fair, they don't have a whole lot of utility to kind of challenge for, to do something aggressive on their own. They kind of have to play this passive and take a heads-up fight when it comes. Navi, with all their smokes and flashes and Molotovs, might not let them have any kind of equal opportunity. 2 AKs and a FAMAS on the board for Gambit. Look at the flank coming in from Hobbit as well. Zeus going to lead the way outside. No one from Gambit showing themselves. Nice spray on from a Dread. Now he's getting spammed, though. His teammate's got to respond, and he's gone down. That puts so much pressure on a Dread.
3-on-3, still as Edward takes down Hobbit, and they're just falling left and right now. Long-range shot there. No problem at all. Triple for Edward. A great round coming out of him, even if he was low on health. The money is way out of control for Navi. They feel a pretty big bank already. Gambit, where's all the energy gone? It was looking great in the first half.
Yeah, they are feeling a bit deflated, aren't they? That's the thing. Even though you have 6 rounds on the T side, when you lose the last 6 rounds of the half, even if 6 is great for your T side, like, you just feel deflated. You feel like you lost that half by a huge margin, because it'd been so long since they'd had success. That can be difficult to deal with. And Navi now just piling it on. Look at the nades. Again, Gambit not able to have a super strong buy. They need to convert this one. They need to keep players alive as well. I was going to say he needs to be aggressive, needs to be able to find some entries a la Simple for Navi with that op.
Looked like C shouldn't have won that fight, but he did, and that is huge news. Good spray down into Pet, right through the smoke. They just all lined up in front of him. Doja helped out a bit, but that's finally around here for Gambit in the second half after the rifles have come into play. They did obviously win the pistol, but lost the 3rd round, so...
That's exactly what Gambit needed. 4 players surviving. Now they can get a bit more comfortable. No, they don't have a lot of money behind this, but they have all the nades. They have some kits on the board. They have a lot of tools they can use, and this maybe is where you see Gambit try and go for something risky. Try and go for an aggressive play. Take control of box halls. Take control of Ivy. Get into ladder room. Something, and Simple going to go for that pick. Flashbang was out. It was timed perfectly, but Simple's taking a lot of damage from the Molotov and the nade. And the utility usage, you can see why it's so important, just to deny Simple any opportunity to get that opening kill.
Doja's been very good in the past with this grenade. They're going to be taking a little bit of damage, but the smoke will cancel it out, and this time they get the kill on the Dren. There is a gap, though, for Doja to maybe exploit. They're coming in from the other side, and it does so much damage, but not enough to get the kill just yet, and this is going to be a problem now. Mo gets one on Electronic in the meantime, and Doja is... How have they not found him yet?
How has he moved that quick? I didn't think he had it in him, but he somehow found his way through the smokes to freedom. That is so incredible from Doja. And actually, look at the map now. Everyone from Gambit is actually blocked off towards the outer bomb site. This is a brilliant rotation from Navi to be able to get to this plant down to the outer site somehow.
What kind of weird magic is this? They just did an enormous switcheroo, and then suddenly they're on the A-bomb site with the bomb down, and everybody from Gambit on the wrong side of the map. This is going to be an almost impossible retake. They don't have very much to do with... Nice spray from Doja, though, making up for it. Oh, needed that smoke on the bomb. Now they have to commit a second one. They do have one at least, but it is still a 3-on-3, and Flamey coming in with one big kill, leaving Zeus alone. And not a lot of time left on that bomb. They have to move. This slow pace is not going to work out. Got to be quicker than this. Zeus creeping on in, seized, hitting the shot, and they're going to get the defuse. My God, that's close.
How has that happened, Navi? That was the best outcome that could have came from that botched inner hit. They just couldn't find Doja in the smoke, and they find themselves with a bomb planted outside, and Gambit denied the rotation, stuck behind the choke point. A couple of nice picks as the retake began. Zeus has his typical migraine look going on, you know, the hand rubbing the temple.
Yeah, he can look a little bit frustrated, can't he? Not quite Nico levels of.
No, but can you ever really compare?
The eyes rolling all the way back into the head, just. demonic possession for a quick minute.
That is a good picture. Classic.
You hate to see it, but yeah, it has become iconic. So, 23rd round is going to be the next one up. And I'd say Gambit just doing a good job finding a couple of rounds here.
I mean, you have to say, this is a huge performance from Adren. He's at 21 kills. Doja is the next closest at 13. Everyone else on 11. This is a... I mean, it's not the craziest individual performance we've seen, but Adren doing a lot of work on his own to keep his team involved in this game. Really allowing them to have some time to kind of warm up into it. They need to continue to build. They've got 2 rounds in a row. This is perhaps the last buy they'll have to face out of Navi. They finally got a player in ladder room as well. This is very nice for them. Mo and Doja both guarding inside together. Hobbit Adren being pretty mobile outside, but C's in the ladder room is the real important portion of this defense.
They Molotov off behind C's, so he can't actually get out at least for a moment. And they get him. No! Shot goes right through, and he almost could have got Edward there as well. Still, nice way to use the Molotov to block him in and then try and take the fight against him. Good little tactic coming out from Navi. Does bring them into a 4-on-4 with about 45 seconds now as they push onto the bomb side. Doja hiding in the corner, and they're going to check him the hard way. He does get one, but he can't follow it up. So there should be a bomb plant.
That's such a worth trade in ladder room. Mo planning in the open as well. Actually readjusts his position now, Flavy. Seems like he got the memo. But you can see great call from Navi, very convincing. As soon as that pick comes in, they know it's going to force a rotation outside, and they just hit that inner bomb site as fast as possible.
Oh no.
Now the post plant.
And there's a Molotov on that high ground from Simple. We've got ourselves at least a potential heartbreak situation here, even with the kits and everything else. That one Molotov could be huge. They're sneaking on in. Hobbit looking for it. There's the opening, taking down Flamey. Electronic on the other side. He's going to get dropped. They think this is it, but the Molotov is going to land. Well, did they pick up a smoke to actually... Oh, they did on the infield. That's great. Simple almost getting it through. That one smoke pickup saved them. They would have been out of the round almost certainly. These last 3 rounds from Gambit have been out of control. That's so close.
Even Hobbit shaking his head at mystery. Just, I don't know where we found that smoke, but I mean, nice job. And obviously pushing up. He's given a couple gifts. Navi just take their eyes off that one lane. No one is even spotting this. That's Flamey's job to check both sides of it, and he kind of gives it up, and Electronic becomes an easy kill as well. Simple almost able to create something right at the end, but somewhere along the line, whoever had an unused smoke is the real hero.
Yeah, they didn't have it in the initial 3-on-3. They hadn't picked one up, so must have been on a corpse somewhere, and...
Problem is, okay, so towards that round, it looked like Navi was going to have no real money after that. The plant bails them out. They have a 3-round losing bonus, plus the $800 means they can now invest in this. So Gambit's still just here scratching their heads saying, when are we ever going to get around against pistols? When are we ever going to see the Deagles, the CZs, stop playing against these AK-47s? But Navi's able to make it work. And actually, even them, they're being very conservative with their buy here. As, I mean, 3 players could have invested more. They still have 3 players over 1,000, so playing to have a solid economy throughout the rest of this half.
Very close to getting tied up now. 12-11. And at this rate, it feels like the pressure is starting to tilt back against Navi. They've spent most of their bank now. I mean, as you said, they're starting to really dig into it without the bomb plant. Maybe could have been a little bit tricky. 24th round here. And see if Electronic is going to be able to continue to put on pressure down at Ivy. He's really done a good job on this position.
I think the tough part is because they've seemingly bought just whatever utility they needed. They haven't like full bought everything they could. They have a specific plan in mind, and they want to kind of hit and execute. They're trying to make it happen now. That opening pick from Mo is huge. Now Hobbit waiting for Electronic, but actually he's going to get picked off from middle. Mo not able to cover that angle, but C's is going to pick up the slack. It's a 2-on-4. And Simple's not able to get anything done either. And this plan that Navi had hasn't come to fruition, hasn't worked out. Electronic in a 1 versus 4 has found the first. And Gambit looks like they're not going to give up any more mistakes. Although, as I say, that Adren peaks, and now Electronic's able to spin and at least battle for this awkward scenario that Doja cleans up.
Yeah, I was worried for all of 5 seconds
when it took him a while to kill him. You're like, oh boy, here
yeah.
we go.
He's been very good, so don't want to give him any chances at all. That does tie up the scoreline. It was tied up at 6-6, now it's tied up at 12-12, so they've reconnected again a couple of rounds later. But the money for Gambit, well, it's not that great. It's not great for Navi either. Scout instead of the AWP. Bit disappointing. Means Sybil has to try extra hard.
I don't know. He's made the scout look pretty easy in the past. We'll have to see what happens from it. He's going to be over towards Ivy. Hobbit to defend, using his first smoke. Zeus is going to come right through that and just bangs him out right in the face. Hobbit goes down, and Zeus is going to press the issue. Here comes that like B-split, attempted B-split again, although Zeus with a shoulder peek doesn't want to challenge, at least not immediately. Perhaps trying to lure Dren a little bit closer into a false sense of security. Holding the angle, and Dren's going to get it first, though, spots him out. Great trade from Electronic.
Yeah, they wish they had had a grenade there just so they could have pop flashed their way in, but that just wasn't an option. Bomb is still on Sybil. Nice shot, Electronic, hitting that one. Roger must have felt like he had the advantage there and seized. Winning the fight against Edward, he's quite confident in that position. Gonna try and pick up the AK and does make his way out. I was getting worried that he was just gonna get caught on the ladder, but 1 versus 3 with the bomb down. It looks like a 13th round for Navi.
Tell you what, this round almost counts as 2.
Yeah.
They've done such a good job. You know, we often question, we've done it here with Navi, but often criticize, you know, some other teams, especially the French teams, oddly enough, for force buying with the pistols and the utility and everything like that. Navi has been able to kind of force buy with AK-47s through this losing streak without, just because they're only buying, you know, 1 flashbang or 1 smoke each, and they're really limiting themselves on utility, but it's allowing them to keep the economy low. And this might be something other teams look at moving forward, is their method of doing this here on Train. They've had a lot of AK rounds that they haven't been able to win, but now that they've won 1, Gambit has no more money. They're gonna have, you know, 4 players at 2,000 or less.
I think it's definitely it's obviously a viable strategy, but you had better make damn sure that the whole team understands the pros and cons of it, because if you do it a lot and it sort of starts to fail, you can't have the whole team sort of, you know, feeling really down about it. They just have to accept that that is part of the, you know that could happen.
Right.
So I feel like there are some teams that are maybe a bit more emotional, maybe could be hit harder by that kind of thing.
Yeah, but you'd put Navi in that category.
Yeah, in the past it's absolutely true, right? So, but maybe that tells you something about the direction they've gone in now.
Right.
Yeah, that being, because I think you're absolutely right. Like, they definitely were a very emotional team.
Very hot-headed. Well, Gambit backs against the wall. Pressure mounts upon them, 12-13. Down by 1, and down by 1 map as well. Navi, if they're able to win this, they'll book some tickets to the grand final later on today. Gambit will be eliminated, so never an easy thing to do to sit around out with 3 USPs, no armor, a CZ with no armor, and just C's saved AK-47 and allow Navi to creep closer to the grand final.
4 men stacked on that B-bomb site, with Seized sneaking his way back in to help out. So that's the whole Gambit team. What a great time it would be for them if this actually worked out. I feel like these stacks, it's been a really long time since I've seen one of them work.
I think a lot of teams have realized, you know, we did go through that. How to play anti-force buys and anti-ecos has always been a big question mark for teams, and I think we've gone away from that, like, kind of take the 50-50 risk of just hitting a bomb site dry out of T-spawn and then see what happens.
Yeah, people got tired of losing rounds to...
right, just like flipping a coin and losing. So I think now we're starting to see teams that do this more slow-paced, see if they can get some information, poke and prod towards Ivy, and they're just going to hit this outer bomb site. Not that they've necessarily gathered all that much information, Navi, but you know, unfortunately for Gambit, they make the right decision here.
Yeah, no luck at all. In fact, the AK has gone away, so that's a bit of a shame. Navi will find round number 14. And I think they could steal the AK back, steal any weapons right now. That would be helpful. Even after this round, they're not going to have that much to work with, so...
No, it's not going to be pretty. But
I mean, think about how shocking that is. They win 4 rounds in a row, they lose a single one, and then, you know, immediately they just don't have what it takes.
It's painful, isn't it? They almost need to press forward and try and get these guns.
Well, they're being maybe hunted.
Yeah.
Zeus is sneaking in behind them, so even if they get them, it's not clear that they're going to live through the round. But I agree, they've got to take some initiative back here. It's right there in front. They really want it. I think Doja, he caught the smell of it. You know. Oh, good news on Mo.
A clever little guy to find that AK-47. I think it's going to be interesting to see if Gambit actually buys here. 3 rounds in a row is not outside of the realm of possibility. We did just see Gambit do it, trying to come back from 12-15, but they are going to invest. So they don't want to let Navi get to 15. They don't want to have to win 3 rounds straight to force overtime. They want to play to still be in it for the win. And that pretty much means it's all on this round. Gambit cannot lose here.
So what are they going to do, Moses? Give me that creamy McMuffin strategy that you've been hiding for a long time. Just give me something to work with here.
I would like to see them take a risk. I would like to see them go a little bit aggressive somewhere. Maybe not something that's like a full commit, but maybe try and take control of Ivy. Do something that's going to shrink the map for you. You don't have that. The problem is they don't have an AWP. They don't have a shotgun and C, so they don't have a lot to recover if it backfires. But we haven't seen them be aggressive on the CT side pretty much throughout this half. They haven't done anything.
What about one of those really fun 3-man rush up the brown holes? Yeah, no, it's like get towards the box holes. I really enjoy that. I think that's good fun.
That's a very ballsy strategy to bring out at this point in the game, but, you know.
It's time. I feel like they need to do something. Flamey finding the first kill, headshot as well. Taking down a Dren, and now, I mean, we wanted for Gambit to do something, but it's Navi just taking control everywhere. Winning 4 separate fights, spread out across the map. And now Doja, he's going to be going down. I mean...
Navi at this point is so used to having all the freedom in the world, all the space in the world to attack these choke points. And they're really, I mean, Flamey just kind of swinging out all the confidence in the world. He knows if there's a buy, it's going to be a low buy, not a whole lot of counter nades, no Molotov going to be in his face, no smoke, no double nading, just some flashbangs that he ignores and gets 2 quick kills. So now look at what's coming from Gambit, even more busted. 2 scouts, UMP and 2 pistols.
Yeah, this is
Gambit going out with a whimper.
The trailer park buy has come out. It's really not exciting. Might work though.
Might work.
Couple of
There's some pretty cool trailers in trailer parks.
Yeah. Have you ever wanted one, Moses? One of those high-end trailers?
No, I have not actually.
I can't see you in that kind of lifestyle. I'm not gonna lie.
I can't see myself in that either.
I don't think even in the trailer I'm not sure it'd survive. Much less like go on camping or something. You're not built for that kind of thing. I feel like.
For camping?
Yeah.
I'm a big camper.
Oh.
Huge camper.
That's an insult that's gone away from Counter-Strike. We don't call people campers anymore. It used to be a big thing.
Oh, we call it lurking now, don't we?
Yeah, it's
Giving it the benefit of the doubt.
positive spin.
Well,
it all comes down to this. 15-12 C's. This is the initiative that we were looking for. Something to bring them back out of it, and he's done it once again. Snuck all the way through. Oh, no. Oh,
this is fine. They didn't spot him. He's going to get a free kill here. He knows that's the bomb down as well. He is going to have to fight to control this, and now he's surrounded. Gets around the corner, but can't find Edward. Good recovery from Navi.
It's not bad at all, but if he had turned the other way, that might have been a double kill with the UMP. Long range, Simple going to be winning that fight against Hobbit, and just a couple of more kills, and Navi are going to be right into the grand finals. There's a Dren hitting a headshot on Zeus, trying to keep his team alive. He's done very well on Train, but there is just a little more to go. They need to find that overtime, and the bomb is going to be going down, and things just got much worse. Doja is the one with the kit and the 5-7 maybe to try and see if he can help out a Dren. Otherwise, that scout's going to be difficult to retake with. And Simple, he's already got the double. That bomb is so far ticked already. They're really running out of time right now, and it's going to be the end. Triple for Simple, and Navi are in the grand finals. 28 kills on Simple, 23 on Flamey. Gambit, they've looked much better this tournament, but they could not keep up.
I mean, how can you really blame him? Simple just has an incredible series, as we've come to expect out of him. 28 on this one, I think 26 on Nuke. That is a beautiful performance, and this style on their T side was obviously really tough for Gambit to handle. The way they ground down that economy was really, really cool to watch. Unfortunately, some of Gambit, they came into this unexpected. A lot of players hitting on all cylinders, a lot of players experiencing some kind of resurgence. Just couldn't carry it over into the semifinals. Not enough to compete, at least with the stars of Navi.
So they look scary right now. And it's the fact that the first pairing that went off was obviously Simple and Electronic. then Simple and Flamey, like they can swap in a lot of players in those positions that will do all the work. Even Zeus had a really good game here on Train. And
showing some diversity, some deepness in that map pool. Being able to play Nuke and being able to dominate at it. Train looked good as well. They obviously had a plan for that one. So Navi's all of a sudden looking frightening. Yeah, what an absolutely great time. You have to really appreciate that. Now, I do think we have the lovely gentleman on the desk about to be with us. So surely they will have been impressed by the power of Navi. What do you guys say?
Good God, what a game, yes. There was so much on the line, especially considering the storylines going into that. We had the realization in the green room, I said to Chad, that every single player in Gambit has been led by Zeus, and now they play against him for a grand final spot. It is quite, there's a romance to it, and Zeus now showing that he has gone to greener pastures and manages to go ahead and flex in just 2-0. Couldn't even take him to the third map. We thought that was going to be almost a guarantee that there was going to be some more pushback. Got Chad and Sean to talk all about it.
Yeah, and props to Zeus, the man himself. The way he called on both T sides there was keeping the economy honest of Gambit, over Nuke and Train. Train, we saw it happen in the later stages. They're getting the 3 kills, making sure that they weren't able to hold on to guns, constantly buying. I don't think, Navi took any honest ecos, and when they did, they were still able to get a lot of kills. I think it was the second round of the second map where, I think Flamey got 2 big Deagle kills, and when you're left in a situation where the bomb is going down, I think it was 18 out of 28 rounds, there were so many afterplant scenarios, so many retakes, it's really difficult to get on top of that.
Sean, we had the conversation before, which is like, in this game, especially on the first map, there wasn't a single round where Navi were on eco. There was always something in their hands. I thought that was a flaw. I thought that was bad economy management. How come it's being praised here?
Yeah, I mean, Navi did such an excellent job throughout this entire series of starting rounds really well. And honestly, a lot of that goes to Zeus. He did an excellent job on the first half of Nuke, just getting those early shotgun kills, setting the pace, dictating what Gambit could and couldn't do in the early stages of the round. And then on Train, we saw him holding down the inner bomb site, which was what Chad was kind of nervous about. And then late in the game, actually getting huge entry frags.
You talked about that before, Chad. You always outlined that as a weakness you believe to Navi's gameplays. Today, perhaps an exception.
Well, they bolstered it early, right? They always had someone with them. Either Flamey or Simple was there with the AWP, and that kind of forced the game plan of Gambit to have to go elsewhere. Now, look, that first half looked pretty good, right? They looked like they were in the driver's seat. They did win pistol, they did convert, positive signs, but from there, they only won 3 more gun rounds.
Yeah.
As I mentioned, there were so many post-plant scenarios, which means it doesn't matter who was really getting those opening kills because both teams were trading very efficiently, and then from there, it came down to who was in the best position, who played the after plant better, and Navi retaking in the later stages 6 straight on their CT-sided Train to close it out. That's impressive.
Well, from retaking to undertaking, we do have Simple waiting for an interview now. I'm excited to talk to him. Congratulations, you're in the final, dude.
Sup, boys?
Yo.
You're looking great as always.
Oh, why, thank you.
Always nice to see you.
You filthy flirt, Simple. You filthy flirt. Okay, dude, talk us through that one. There was a lot of excitement surrounding this game, expecting it to be close. What made it so easy to watch that one?
It was a really hard game for us mentally, especially when we play against Gambit. We knew that we're gonna win them on Nuke because they really played bad this online, and I think they didn't have a lot of time to practice this map.
Yeah.
We just didn't know what we should pick instead of Nuke. Like, they play Mirage, Overpass, Train. They're gonna beat Inferno for sure, and yeah. We did it, so yeah, look at this guy.
Yeah. Hey, how was Zeus's calling on Train? Like, he seemed to be doing a great job getting you guys in the right place.
Oh, be careful, Zeus. So, yeah, he just told Kane that he has a good plan and that he can lead. He can lead the team to the victory. So we just followed his strats and everything was perfect. We a bit a little nervous when they won second pistol round. So, yeah, but we managed to win this. I'm really happy for boys.
Look, so is the playstyle with you guys, because it seemed in this game here especially that you want to buy as many times as possible on that T side, and you were getting 3 kills on even rounds where you only had Deagles. Was the idea to stay on top of the economy, or is this something that kind of happened as the game evolved and Zeus's calling allowed for that during the match, or was that the game plan coming into the match?
It's actually Kane calls to destroy enemy economy, so we can start to lead against them. That's it.
Kane helping out. That's the 3rd time we've heard about Kane. Obviously, we don't give him enough credit.
So something I noticed on Train, Simple, is that you guys went towards Ivy a lot. You went Ivy on the eco round. I think you got like a 1 Ivy. You got boosted at Ivy. You 1AK'd him. And on a critical round at 12-12, we saw Zeus actually get an entry out of Ivy. Is there a reason why you guys kept wanting to go towards Ivy time and time again, and you had so much success?
Yeah, I mean, we saw how Hoppit plays Ivy, so he's staying with nade and spotting.
Right.
And we knew that Mo gonna play stop sign or behind side or boosted Z or Z, so it's more easy to create structure for this game if you see how they play. So
I can see your teammates are very, very happy to be in that grand final. I won't keep you any longer simple. Looking forward to seeing you on that stage again. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you very much. That's actually, you don't get to see huge smiles on Navi's faces on the grand final day often, and this is actually quite a nice change of pace for them.
Yeah, and we could have just asked him simple, how are you so good? But lucky we kept away from that question, because this kid, man, time and time again, I've said it once, I'll say it again, the best player in Counter-Strike right now. No one can stop him. Back-to-back, 2 huge maps once more. This guy bringing up, it's not the fact that he's just finding, 1 kill. He's finding multiple kills in rounds where, fundamentally speaking, on Nuke, for example, if you get a kill in Yard and you give your team a 4v5 advantage on the CT side, you should probably drop back. But Simple is so good, he can get 3. It's like, as an in-game leader, I would hate to have to deal with that, because I couldn't tell him off.
Bad habits reinforced by success.
Yeah.
Now, Sean, you referenced that round, 12-12. That we were talking about, just that basically determined whether or not we saw a third map. Could you break it down for us?
Yeah, actually have it on the screen.
Oh, even better.
Yeah. So we're going to actually take a look. Yet again, they go towards Ivy with 3 players right here. Oop. Lost it.
Zoom us right back. There we go.
Whoa. There we go. So we're going to go towards Ivy with 3 players, Zeus, Electronic, and Simple going towards Ivy. And what happens is they recognize Hobbit throws a smoke Ivy. Okay, so because of the fact that they didn't put any pressure on outside, they know that 2 players are going to be towards the inner site because they haven't kept the rotator there. So they don't throw anything outside by design to make the rotator go inner. Once Zeus recognizes the smoke comes from his left, what that tells him is that there has to be a guy holding mid and there has to be a guy holding, towards ladder. And the guy holding mid is actually Mo towards the bomb train. So he knows he goes through the smoke. He can get a one-on-one and knows the exact location of Hobbit. It's a huge risk because the trading potential wouldn't really be there, and he didn't really communicate probably with his teammates what he was doing. But that is a massive entry to get on literally the most important round of the entire match. And like Chad says, so the trading potential at this point in the round is just so strong between Zeus and Electronic. And you can see Electronic is aware of Zeus's movements now in this point of the round. The second Zeus dies, Electronic is there to get that kill. And in my eyes, that is probably the most important 2 kills of the entire match.
That's almost game over.
Yes,
like
at that moment, Gambit is severely out of place this round. Simple is rotated back to mid with Flamey. Edward's holding above ladder. And I actually think Edward gave Gambit an into this round by dying in ladder, and Chad and I were a little critical of him back in the green room. But regardless, the early stages of this round were played perfectly in my eyes.
And that's where the game kind of fell apart for Gambit, right? Because Seized held on to the AK, they took it into the next round, they didn't buy behind the AK, which, you can argue either for or against that. And from there, their next gun round, they had a famished. They didn't have all the utility. Their economy was broken, and that is the worst stage of the game. When you're on the CT side, everything costs a little bit more, and the Ts are building momentum and still looking strong. You take the pause and you sit there and you go, what do we do? Like, you have neither good decision. And at that point, Navi took control.
Well, if you're sitting at home and wondering what do we do, stay here, because we've got another semi-final. Coming up after the break, we have 2 titans of Counter-Strike clashing. We'll be seeing Astralis, who have looked nothing but exciting here in Marseille, and up against them, Fnatic, who have been on somewhat of an offline spree. Join us after the break to see how it all goes down.
Place your bets at gg.bet. Most popular